Christi here with Little Salty Homesteader. I know that I have taken a very extended break. My apologies for that. But I am back today with kind of an updated garden tour. The last time that I did a video, everything was kind of chaos. So I'm going to do a very quick walkthrough of the garden today, kind of talk about what's going on and some things that are in the works. So stay tuned. Okay, so during this summer, this part right here was actually tomatoes. As they fizzled out and died and got sick or whatever, I pulled them out and replaced them with the cold weather crops. And then I also put this green stalk here. I know that I've already showed you the green stalk. It mostly has kale and then kohlrabi down at the bottom. But I did want to talk about these beautiful winter brassica plants and leafy greens for a minute. So right here, this is rainbow chard, and it will actually perennialize here in this part of North Texas. So it should hold up to the cold temps fine, and then it's also pretty heat tolerant, so it should do pretty well. And then there's really random plants planted in here, and they're not labeled, so I'm going to do my best to identify them. I know this is Brussels sprouts because it has little babies growing in like the armpits where the leaf meets the stem, and as they start to get a little bit bigger, I'll break these leaves off to give them some space to grow. Then we have cabbages here. These are Chinese broccolis. I can actually pick these right here and cook them with tonight's dinner. We have some more cabbages here, and purple, red Brussels sprouts, but I cannot remember, rubine, I'm not sure how to pronounce that exactly. This is a variety of collard greens. I actually need to harvest and cook some. Maybe I'll cook some of these with dinner as well, because I have two more collard greens growing here and here, and as you can see, we have some wormies there. I really need to come out here and pick those off. It's been very busy, chaos, as you guys know. This time of year for everybody is just insane. So I haven't been out here to kind of do pest maintenance, and it's been moderately comfortable temperature wise, so the bugs have just been doing what bugs do. Right here we have broccoli starting to form its little broccoli head there. I'm very excited about that. These are cauliflowers, and they're also starting to form. I don't know if I can get close enough for that. There we go. I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not, but we do have some cauliflowers forming. That one is supposed to be a purple cauliflower. As you can see, the worms have really done a number. Cabbage loopers, sorry, they're caterpillars, not worms. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna get any of the purple cauliflower from there, but I'm gonna let it grow anyway, because if you don't grow it, you definitely won't get anything, right? Have some kohlrabi. Some are starting to form there. Little bulbs. This one's probably ready. And then I have kind of red clover planted through here as a cover crop, and there are a few radishes still growing. There is also red mustard greens planted down throughout. A massive ant pile that I'm slowly working on treating very carefully. So yeah, mostly red clover, a few radishes. There's even a few carrots. These are like a shorter variety of carrot, since this underneath the compost layer is pretty heavy clay. So the short variety will help break up the clay. Then I did plant some, over here is rutabagas, You can see where they just sprouted. I'm going to cover these up with some of these leaves and stuff because we do have some freezing weather coming. And over here, over here is 3 rows of turnips that I planted that you can kind of see the little baby sprouts. And then the carrot growing there. Over here is some beets. I also planted some more beets, so hopefully those will start growing too. I know with the cold weather it's probably going to slow things down tremendously. Then we have turnips in this one and this one. Then we have rutabagas in this one and this one. I harvested turnips last week, I think, and I roasted them with just olive oil and salt and pepper, and I roasted them until they got super caramelized and got like a little bit crispy on the outside, and they were so good. So that's why I planted more, because they were far better than we were expecting. And then here's some more of the red rhubarb Brussels. We have some Chinese, I think it's Hilton head cabbage, these 3 right here. This is tatsoi, and it's a very nutritious Japanese leafy green. I think it's like a milder, my mom and I were out here eating it, just pulling leaves off one day. It's a very mild spinach flavor, so if you're not really a big fan of spinach, maybe try this one. It's very easy to grow, and it's very mild in flavor. It's a little bit sweet. It would be really good with salads and stuff. You don't even have to cook it because it's very mild. I am very happy with this. I will actually pick some to have salad this weekend, I'm sure. Then we have a few radishes growing. I did plant some more seeds today, so we'll see if those sprout and start producing. I have several cabbages all the way down. It's been kind of a chaos to finish out this year, so most of these plants look very sad. They were still in their pots that I planted them in up until last week, and I was finally able to transplant them last week. So they are actually looking healthier than they were, but they have a long way to go to catch up to their other plants that were planted by seed at the same time but transplanted earlier. So these guys have some catching up to do. I figure it kind of helps with succession harvesting. That way I'm not harvesting everything all at the same time. So we have more Chinese cabbage here, and the plan with these is to actually make some kimchi. So I'm kind of excited about that. This is really starting to form a pretty decent head on it. And then we have some more cabbages, and then we get some Brussels sprouts here, and then some more Chinese cabbages. So this one especially, you can really see the little baby Brussels sprouts starting to grow. So this one will probably be harvested first before the other ones, and then as the other ones start growing in, then I'll harvest them as well. So that's kind of everything that's in the yard. I do have quite a bit of stuff still growing on the patio. This is my first green stalk that my husband bought me Christmas of 2020, and I have kept plants in it ever since. I have lots of calendula, which is really nice to break up all of the green that we have growing in the yard. Lots of thyme. I have 3 varieties of thyme in here. Orange yellow, this is regular common thyme, and this one that is like draping like a curtain is wild thyme. Now my fingers are going to smell amazing for the rest of the day, and I'm not mad about it. Here's another tatsoi plant. So this one was planted much later than the one that's over there, so it is a little bit smaller, but it does taste the same. And then these are purple oh, what is the name of these? Purple magnolia, sweet pea, something like that. So you can see we have a couple of peas here, blossoms. Now once they start blossoming, the peas do grow quite quickly. 2 days ago there was nothing here, just blossoms, and I see at least 2 peas here now, so that's pretty good. And then there's a lavender, mostly calendula, a few brassicas that I needed a place for and just threw in here. This is a curry plant. My husband and my children are Indian, so we do make a lot of curry, so it's nice to have the fresh curry leaves here. This is regular sage, and then this is a variegated sage. It's tricolor. It's purple, white, and green. It's really pretty, but it doesn't really taste much different from this common one. Rosemary going on, some arugula that I need to harvest and do something with. At this point the leaves are so big I will probably just end up putting them into a soup. I'll make like a zuppa toscana and use the arugula as well as the kale, because I have a plethora of it. I have kale in here, in this green stalk, and then I have kale in that green stalk over there. So I have tons of kale, and I have tons of arugula that I need to harvest and use, and there's also some red mustard greens. Now this did have lettuce in it, but whenever I transplanted it, it was still so hot that literally all of the lettuce bolted. So I pulled it out and put kales and some of the other leafy greens in it. Here's more of the tapsoy. It's really cute. The leaves are like kind of smooth and shiny. And that is pretty much it. Other than this wild, massive arugula plant. Now I'm gonna smell like thyme and arugula, and I'm not mad about that either. Dino kale, lacinato. No, sorry. That is Nero di Toscana. It's actually a variety of cabbage, but you use it like you would kale. And it gets like kind of tall, and you just pull the leaves off as it grows up. Let me come over to those green sockets. We have a Nero di Toscana here as well, and as you can see, it just gets taller and taller and taller, and you can just pull the leaves off as you need them, and it'll just continue to grow up. And then these are just other varieties of kale. Like I said, the kohlrabi there. That is pretty much it. Oh, carrots. I have carrots here. I think this is kaleidoscope carrots, because I was trying to finish up a packet so that I could make room in my seed binder because it was full and overflowing. So I think this is kaleidoscope carrots. So it's several different colors planted in here. We'll find out at harvest. And then over here is the other carrots as well. These are the ones that I planted in the how to plant carrots video. I will put the card up at the top so that you can check that out if you want to. So these are really starting to grow well. I'm not worried about cold weather freezing these. They're pretty cold tolerant. What do you think, Odie? What do you think? Anyway, that's it for me. Like I said, it was just going to be a very quick tour, just kind of briefly walking through the stuff that's in the garden. What we have coming up is we're going to start getting ready for planting for the summer garden. I know that sounds weird whenever you're in December, but that's kind of how gardening works. Whenever you're in the middle of one season, you're planning and planting for the next. So here soon I will try to film a video on the stuff that I want to plant, as far as like tomatoes and peppers and okra and things like that go, and then some stuff that I definitely won't be planting. I did talk about the tomatoes I won't be planting in a previous video, but I kind of have found a few more varieties of tomatoes that I do want to plant. So I will be filming a video on that soon, and I will get it out for you just as soon as I can. Hopefully, since we are gearing up for the 2023 gardening, I should have more content filmed for you guys, and I'll get it up for you as soon as I am able to. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this tour today, and I also hope you have a wonderful week and a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, whatever that is that you celebrate this time of year. I hope that it is wonderful for you, and I will see you next time.